Is it working?
I think it's working. The remote has been in quarantine. But now it's out and it's working again without its mask. Oh, that's what you look like.
What?
You've had a mask on for so.
I'm like the Frito Bandito.
Oh my gosh, he looks like a robber, like a bank robber.
Well, every place you go, you got to have the crazy thing. So I have it
had
right
one
here.
on
So
yesterday, and I told the guy, I'm really smiling. I just wanted to know I wasn't mad.
This is the red couch, by the way. You can see the red couch.
We've missed you.
Well, we missed you a lot. We have 3 episodes that are all being posted this weekend, so we're kind of excited about it. We've been out of town. And you're Sharalee. It's a wonder she's even speaking because she had 2 wisdom teeth pulled yesterday. Now, who? Come on. Who at our age has wisdom teeth taken out?
Me.
I mean, don't you supposed to get your wisdom teeth taken out when you're like, 20?
Well, I didn't
19?
have any. I didn't have any then. They didn't come in until I was almost 30. That was crazy. But I want to tell you something. I asked everybody to pray because I was a little trepidatious about this. I was a little, I didn't know what was going to happen. It was the fear of the unknown. And I asked everybody to pray. And I want to tell you something. God
Showed up.
Yep. He went in there, got his little saw out, sawed him out, yanked him out, and in 10 minutes, I was home I was out the door in 30 minutes.
I was shocked.
I was shocked. And he did the whole thing with a mask on.
Sharalee's one of those annoying people that can have a medical procedure and there's nothing to it. If I went in to get 2 wisdom teeth pulled, I'd look like a chipmunk for 3 months.
And I have no swelling. How about that? I ate soft though.
You know what else? You know what else is really annoying? Is like you're one of those people that had, as you were growing up, you had perfect posture.
Yeah, I wore books on my head.
We're sitting here on the red couch, and even though I'm much taller than Sharalee, she's taller than me sitting on this sofa.
And I'm slumping.
I'm not slumping. I'm sitting here.
I'm sitting straight because I sit straight and I walk straight.
Do you know? Speaking of masks, not to change this up about your posture, but
you can't be heard.
Speaking of masks, we were just in Texas last weekend to the world's largest flea market. They say it's the world's largest. I don't know if it is or not, but they say it is. Been going since 1855. Canton First Monday trade days. So we go there. There's about, I don't know how many thousand vendors there. It's a little low right now because of the virus, but there was probably 3,000 vendors there and probably 100,000 people all told. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching these people, and we're sitting there in our booth and I'm watching these people go up and down the aisle. And you know what? I don't know exactly. I tried to figure it out, but there's only like 1 out of 20 people even had a mask on.
True.
Now that's amazing because before Canton started, the mayor of Tyler, which is right next to Canton, had a fit that they were doing Canton. He said, look, you shouldn't be doing Canton. People are going to get sick. People are...
Don't go.
Don't go. Stay home. Hide. Get under the covers. Forget it. So we go there and nobody has a mask on. Forget the social distancing. Forget that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all walking through
wasn't
there.
in the mix at all.
They've got their kids, their dogs. They bring their dogs. They bring everything.
There was a man this time, though, with a pet duck.
A duck.
On a leash.
And you know what?
A pet duck.
It just wasn't funny.
It was really funny,
No, it
I
wasn't.
thought.
Anyway, you think the dog's going to get the virus, right? So I said to Sharalee, that would be Sharalee, I said, these people on TV and in the government have a big credibility problem. Huge problem. Because people don't believe their stuff. They don't believe it. If people really believed, that if they didn't have a mask on, they were going to get sick. If they really believed that if they go to a social event where there's a lot of people and they bump into people, they're going to get sick. If they really believed all that, they either A, would have a mask on, or B, wouldn't show up in the first place.
That's true.
And thousands, 90,000 people there walking around didn't have masks on. Their kids didn't have, their dog, they didn't even put a mask on the dog. And I'm thinking...
I think we should have a disclaimer, though. We are not saying that if that's what you're comfortable with, and you want to wear a mask, then you should.
No, we didn't say that. What I'm saying is that all those people were not feeling
I know
that they needed to have a mask.
But what I'm saying is we're not affirming that. so that if you feel like you want to have a mask on, that you should feel guilty. Because
Some of those people should have had a mask, if you know what I mean.
Why, the ones that
Ones
that shouldn't reproduce?
No, they shouldn't reproduce. No, like people like me, I have a face for a mask.
Aw,
You know,
honey, no, you don't.
they always used to say, "Alan, you have a perfect face for radio."
We
We used to be on the radio all the time.
Radio. We
We did radio for a long time. They asked, "We have a face for radio."
I know.
It's
But we're back, and we've really missed you. We've just had Alan had his arm cut open. He had his surgery on his arm,
I know it's getting better.
and it is getting. And then I had the teeth coming out. Oh my gosh, it's just been so crazy.
Okay, so
Enough of the labor pains.
let's
right?
no. Don't tell them labor pain. Just show them the baby.
There you go.
Okay, so here's the thing. The reason I brought that up, and the reason we're having this session of the Red Couch, is because people have a major problem with everything they're hearing. They don't believe it. Now, Jesus said, here's another thing. See this Bible? I just got this Bible. Where'd it go? Here it is. See this Bible? This is a brand new Schuyler Bible. Just got it. Isn't it beautiful? Chocolate brown, gold pages, gold ribbons. Really, really nice. New King James this time. I got 40 Bibles here. But this Bible right here is great to me because the words of Christ are in red. Now, some people are buying Bibles, the words of Christ are not in red. And that's fine if you don't. But to me, that's important. Why? Because everything in this book is important, don't get me wrong. What David said, important. What Solomon said, real important. What Moses said, important. But what Jesus said is 1,000 times more important. Okay, those other people didn't die for you. Jesus did. And when Jesus says something and they put it in red and you can find it and you can read it, right?
That's right.
Why am I saying all this?
Credibility.
People don't believe what they hear. They don't believe what they're being told. Jesus said, by their fruit you will know them. So if you see people run around with their kids and their dogs, no mask, all in the midst of thousands of other people, walking around, talking to people, bumping into people, and they don't have any masks on, and they're not worried about bumping in, then by their fruit, what does their fruit say? Their fruit says they're not believing it. They're not buying it. Yeah. They don't really think they're going to get sick. Because if you really thought you were going to get sick, you wouldn't do that. You'd either stay home, you'd have on a big mask, like this one, Frito Bandito mask.
It's an ascot, overgrown. It's like an ascot.
No, it's not an ascot.
On steroids.
It's got ear things. See the ear things?
Well, you could hold your ascot up real high.
Hold my what? Hold my what up real high?
Ascot.
Okay.
Just hit you with the word.
I didn't say. You said. I'm sitting here looking at us on this. You know what? I look really bald. My hair's perfect, but there's not much of it. Okay, so we're trying to be serious here. So here's the thing. All those people on TV, your Dr. Fauci, what a joke he is, all these people, they've got a major credibility problem because people aren't buying it. And they're sick of it. They're tired of the mask.
Yeah, they're not sick from the virus. They're sick from about the
They're
virus.
tired of going to restaurants and doing social. They're tired of the whole 9 yards. Okay. They want to put their kids in school. They want to live their life.
I haven't heard anybody say anything, but I just
Now,
want it to be over.
No, wait a minute, though. Here's the thing. The place where we were, in that part of Texas, deep in the heart of Texas, that place is a very, very Christian area.
Yes, it is.
And the truth is a mask going to keep you from getting the virus? I don't know. Is social distancing going to keep you from getting the virus? I don't know. But I know one, Jesus, you trusted him, you're all right. So here's the thing. This whole thing got me to thinking, right? It's like the commercial. I got to thinking. Because of our policy. So anyway, okay. Jesus does not have a credibility problem.
No.
Everything he says in here is true. He means it. But we, for some reason or another, have a hard time really believing everything he said. Because if we really believed it, if we really believed everything he said in here, all the stuff in red, if we really believed it, we wouldn't do half the crazy stuff we do.
Well, when Jesus came and showed up with the disciples, just appeared in that room, some of them had seen him, and some of them had not. Timothy, not Timothy. Thomas, the other T word. Thomas had not been one of the ones who had seen him. He'd just been told by them that they had seen him. And he said, I'm not going to believe it unless I can put my fingers in the nail prints and I can put my hand in his side. I am not going to believe it. Now, remember, he had walked with Jesus just like the other disciples had. He had told every single one of them, this is what's going to happen to me and I will rise again. But here's the thing. Why can't I get his name right? Thomas didn't believe it.
Doubting Thomas.
Well, he became Doubting Thomas. But here's the point. When Jesus showed up, he went right to Thomas. He said, Thomas, come here. Here. Put your fingers in the holes in my hand. Put your hand in my side. And when Thomas heard all that, he was like, I believe. Why? Because he saw it. But here's what Jesus said, and this is so important. Jesus said, you believe because you saw it. Blessed are those who believe who've never seen it. That's who we are. We've never physically seen Jesus and the nails in his hands and his feet, or the spear that went through his side and left a big slash. We've not seen that, but we believe. And why do we believe? Because I was telling a friend of ours today, because this book right here has a pulse. It has a heartbeat. And this is him. This is how we believe and how we can have a situation like this that's going on and be able to have confidence that he's going to do exactly what he said he's going to do in those letters of red.
Yeah. Well, you've definitely recovered from the wisdom teeth extraction.
You know what? I got
self-expression is not your problem.
I got rid of the old wisdom, and I'm going to have some new wisdom. You can't believe what you're going to hear.
Okay, the deal is with me. When this all happened, I thought about this for a second. I thought, wait a minute. Why do we have a credibility problem with him? Why is it that we don't live our lives the way he says? Do the things he says. And listen, I love Jesus. I love Jesus, but I'll tell you what, I have failed Jesus 10,000 times.
Don't we all?
I'm so far from perfect, it's stupid, right? But he is still my Father, and he still loves me, and he is still there for me, And the fact that the next one of these we're bringing to you is about the kingdom, and that's probably one of the best movies ever done, because the kingdom is so important. People don't understand the kingdom. Jesus said, "Seek ye first the kingdom."
Yeah.
More not stuff in red.
Not second, not third.
First. The kingdom.
First.
But I said to myself, something in my whole life, I should be better. I should be better. I should live my life better. I should not do stupid stuff. I should listen to what he says, and I should obey him. He is my Lord, my Savior, my God. In him is my healing. In him is my prosperity. In him is my wellness. In him is my salvation. Every single thing I have is in him. Without him, I am nothing. He is the vine. I am the branch. Jesus says, without me, you can't do a thing.
That's right.
But yet, we take him for granted. And we treat him like, what do we treat him like? I don't know.
Like a regular guy.
Well, we treat him like, when we don't need him, we don't talk to him, we don't pray about it, we don't worry about what we're doing. Then when all of a sudden we get in a desperate situation, we run to him, and he's faithful to forgive us, and he's faithful to help us. He's even faithful to heal us. But you know what? Me, I should do better. I'm not saying to you that you should do better, because I don't know how you folks live your life, but I tell you something, I should do better. The things that he says in here, I should take more to heart. The things that he tells me I should do, I should do. The things that he says I shouldn't do, I shouldn't do. Even Paul said, the things I want to do, I don't do, and the things I'm not supposed to do, I do. And Jesus looked at Peter. This is profound. Here's Peter, been running around with Jesus. They've been raising people from the dead. They've been healing people. They've been casting out devils. He looks at Peter, he says, when you're converted. When you're converted, what else does he have to do? Jesus says, when you're converted, you're going to teach you're going to, converted?
Tell my brothers.
Come on, he's been walking with Jesus for 3 years. He knows all this stuff, but yet, it hadn't soaked in.
Yeah.
We need to let it sink in. We need to let Jesus be everything to us. And we need to not take Jesus the way all those people take Dr. Fauci and the whole government, because they're not buying it.
Yeah.
You know? And we act like we're not buying it. We act like, oh, well, I know it says this, but that's, I know it says that, but
was
that's,
then and this is now.
yeah, that's what they used to do. We don't do that anymore. Oh, I know. It's like, I read the book of John. He's like, 1 John. He's all over people in 1 John. Everybody's, well, who does he think he is? Wait a minute. He walked with Jesus. He's a disciple of Jesus. I mean, come on. But what we need to do is we need to do a better, I need to do a better job of living the way he really wants me to, and doing the things he really wants me to do, and understanding that he's God and I'm not.
And you know, somebody watching right now, maybe you have the perfect excuse as to why you're not walking the way you should walk or doing the things you should do. Maybe you've got that tried and true, well, I had a bad life and you don't understand what happened to me, or I had a church that hurt me, and you know, I just walked away and I was disappointed, and I just don't know if any of that is all true or not. Let me tell you something. If that's what you're saying, then your trust was in man. It wasn't in the Jesus that he talked about in the red letters. And let me tell you where Jesus is. Jesus is standing right at the top of the road, just like the dad was in the prodigal son. And he's standing right there waiting for you. If you will come back to him, he will receive you with open arms and put the robe on you and the ring on your finger and kill the fatted calf and have the biggest party you've ever seen, because he loves you. People will let you down every single time. I don't care if it's Dr. Fauci or somebody at a church or your parents. People are going to let you down, but Jesus never will.
And you know, if you stop people and ask them, oh yeah, I'm a Christian. Yeah, you stop and ask them. So many people are Christians. They say they're Christians, but what? I mean, they do things they're not supposed to be doing. They're sleeping with people they're not supposed to be sleeping with. Okay? They're having relationships they're not supposed to be having. They have lifestyles they shouldn't be having, alternate lifestyles. They vote for political candidates that want to kill babies. That's real godly. Let's all line up and vote for people who want to do abortions, and then say, oh, well, it's a choice. Okay. I can't wait till all these people stand before Jesus one day and give them their opinion on abortion. I'm sure he's dying to hear it. But you know what? That's neither here nor there.
Well,
it's
it
me.
really is both here and here.
It's me. Hey, listen, I'm talking about me now. I need to do better.
I know.
I need to be better, and that's, you know.
But you know, when you're better and I'm better, then you're better. That's the way it works. You know why? Because we're not an organization, we're an organism. And when we're well and the cells that we represent in this whole body are well, we're going to help the rest of the cells become more well. And we're going to be able to be stronger and do things better. And boy, do we ever need each other in these days more than ever. We've been reading the book of Acts.
You know what?
You talk about people who had to hang in together.
Yeah, and that's for another couch.
It is.
You know what? Anyway, this is the Wade couch. I want you to, don't you think she's recovered well from the tooth extraction?
If I could show you the holes, no.
I mean, she's like doing pretty good. Expressing herself well.
No, you don't have to do that. I got a little sticker.
Forget that sticker.
I'm sorry. Sticker. I'm gonna do it. I'm good. We love you. Don't forget, onward, Christian soldiers.